If you talk to a lot of people, they'll tell you that rent is throwing money away. I know not everybody feels that way, but I know it is a very common opinion that you are wasting money. But I wanted to offer a slightly different perspective. I am not a renter, I'm a homeowner. I have actually never been a renter because I lived at home after college for a number of years. And when I left, I was living at home long enough to save enough for a down payment for a small condo. So I've never been a renter, but I do see value in renting because I have actually been a landlord. Some of the benefits of renting are as follows. You are paying for a service rather than a good. You didn't buy a house, but you are getting a place to live. You can call your landlord with any issues that you have. If you have an electrical problem, if you have an air conditioning problem, you are going to call your landlord. That is not something you have to fix yourself. For example, in my case, over the summer, my water heater died. I actually didn't even notice until I went to the basement and I saw there was a slow leak that was pulling around the bottom of the heater. It cost me $800 to get a new water heater replaced. That's not something that I would have had to do if I was a tenant. The next thing that you're paying for is convenience. You don't have any financial ties to a particular location. Once the lease ends, you are not required to live there, or you're at least not required to maintain the property. In my case, because I own a house, if my husband or myself were to move for a job, we would have to do something with the house that we live in. We would either have to rent it out and manage it, or we would have to sell it. Either way, it's a financial obligation that we have, and it's not something that we can just get out of with 30 or 60-day notice. The next benefit that you're getting out of renting is that you have an opportunity to try out the area. If you are unfamiliar with a neighborhood or a state, you don't want to buy the first day you get there. You want to rent for a period of time. You get a feel for the different neighborhoods. You get a feel for the different amenities. You get a feel for the people. How safe is it? What is the traffic like? In my case, I'm from Boston. You do not want to put yourself in a position, if you live in the city of Boston, where you pull up and you take somebody else's parking spot after they've cleared it out. You are going to get yourself in so much trouble. People have gotten into fights. People have gotten their tires slashed. They have gotten their windows smashed. Just Google Boston snow wars. This is not something that you want to show up and you want to buy a property and you don't know anything about the area. That's not very wise. So what are people supposed to do while they're saving money to buy a house? Even if buying a house is the ultimate goal, there is nothing wrong with renting in the meantime if you don't have an alternative. You miss out on appreciation and some tax benefits. You are also getting a lot of value when you are in a situation where you're renting instead of buying right away. I tell people that they should buy. I think it's a good thing to aspire to buy because it's a great wealth building tool. You can pass on your purchased property to your children. You can't pass on your lease to your children. But until you get to that point, there is nothing wrong with using renting as a bridge to achieve your goal of buying ultimately. What about you? Do you agree with this position? Is there any value in renting, or do you think it's throwing money away? Is there a balance between when somebody should buy and when somebody should rent? How do you feel about being a renter or a homeowner yourself? Is there anything else that I could have included on that list that you think is a good value? Please let me know in the comment section, and I look forward to hearing from you. I would like to continue sharing my thoughts on all things money with you. So I would appreciate it if you could help out the channel by liking this video and sharing it with anyone you think might benefit from it. If you want to see more content, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can know when new videos come out. I'll see you in the next one.